Louisiana beer reviews. Fort Collins Brewery Red Banshee Red Ale, formerly known as Retro Red. Different name, same recipe. Don't know when it came out. Website doesn't say. I do know it's 5.3% alcohol and about 33 IBUs. They use crystal barley malt and Willamette hops. Gets an average rating on Beer Advocate. It gets a 59 out of 100 on Rate Beer and an 81 out of 100 for the style. I have never had this, so let's see what it's like. Made a nice hiss. Got a pretty good amount of smoke coming out of there. Well, we get a thick beige head, and the sun is right above my head almost. Well, it's a hazy, kind of a reddish brown appearance. After I switched it around, it got pretty hazy. Don't see any chunks though, if anything. Alright, let's go with the smell test. Get sweet, bready, caramelly, barley malt. Not unlike Roman meal brown bread. A little bit of a hop sting in there. So it's a sweet, full, aromatic smell. It's not a dull smell. Creamy head. Let's go with the taste. Same type flavor. Brown bread, a little bit of caramel, some light hop bitterness really. The mouthfeel is prickly and medium. It's kind of full and a little slick. The finish is pretty refreshing and easy drinking, more or less. Semi-dry. In the aroma, I'm not picking up any of that rotten grain smell that I got with that Fort Collins Rocky Mountain IPA, but I'm getting a little bit of that rotten, musty smell in the taste. Rotten, musty note in the taste. A lot of these ales have that kind of rotten taste. I mean, it's not an overt thing, but it's there in the undertaste. I'm going to say it's like the Rocky Mountain IPA. I might have overrated that. I gave it a B+, but probably really was more like a B. And I'm going to say this is the same thing. It's a B. It's good, and it's a solid good beer, but that's about all I can say about it. Talking about the Minnesota Twins. Went to see them 3 times, 05, 09, and 2010. So I went to 2 games at the Metrodome and got a stadium guide. This is an 02 stadium guide, but they had them. That's the ones they had. And when I went in 2005, had a lot of interesting facts about the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. For instance, that it was paid for. There was no bill on it. Self-supporting. No tax money supported it after it had been built and paid off. Opened in 1982. Hosted Super Bowl, Major League All-Star Game, 2 World Series, Final 4 of NCAA basketball twice. But the team did not like the Metrodome, and there's a map. It's a multi-purpose stadium with a football field and a baseball field integrated into it. They still play college baseball games there. But the Minnesota Twins professional baseball team did not like the stadium. They didn't like sharing it with the Minnesota Vikings football team. They started complaining about this stadium around 2005 and demanding a new stadium, which they did get, and it was opened 2010. I wanted to see what the Metrodome was like, having seen it so many years on TV and hearing about it. I was really impressed. I mean, I think they did a good job. It is 30 years old, but I mean, it was interesting. Unfortunately, they had some problems with it. All that snow caused the roof to collapse, and I think it got torn once before with wind. So it's going to be torn down real soon and replaced with a new outdoor football stadium. And they are so much for the covered stadium. I mean, they did that for a reason. They have terrible weather most of the year in Minnesota with snow and cold, but it's back to outdoors. I would have to give that stadium a B, though. I mean, it was multi-purpose. It wasn't just for baseball, but overall, the way it was laid out, the prices, the ability to see very well from all the, and I went and sat all around the place. I couldn't really complain. I wouldn't have been wanting to replace it. No, it was no Louisiana Superdome, but it was pretty nice. So anyway, the Metrodome is a B, and this beer is a B. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to sunny Southeast Louisiana.